Alzheimer's disease is a type of dementia that affects over 6 million Americans. There is currently no cure and very few treatments. For many years, the idea of a drug that could affect the course of Alzheimer's seemed like science fiction. Now, it's becoming a reality. The drug, called lecanemab, which is sold under the brand name Leqembi, was recently approved by the FDA for treatment of early Alzheimer's disease. Dr. Michael Rosenblum of UW Medicine Neurology explains.
This moment is extremely important because for the first time, we have a drug that is approved for Alzheimer's disease that is developed to be disease-modifying, and it actually met its primary outcome measures. And even though the outcome was relatively modest, that is 27% slowing of cognitive and functional decline over 18 months, this is still a step in the right direction.
Lecanemab is given by IV infusion every 2 weeks. It contains special antibodies that signal the immune system to clear away amyloid proteins that build up in the brains of people with Alzheimer's. This helps slow cognitive decline in early stages of the disease. It's not perfect. Some people did have side effects in clinical trials, but they were usually not serious. To qualify for the treatment, a doctor must determine that you have early Alzheimer's disease and have amyloid in the brain. Amyloid is detected either with a spinal tap or a brain imaging technique called a PET scan. If you have concerns about memory loss, talk with your doctor. As other potential Alzheimer's drugs advance through clinical trials, hopefully this is just the start of more, better treatments to address this disease.
Some evidence suggests that amyloid removal slows disease progression in Alzheimer's disease. In a phase 2b trial, the monoclonal antibody lecanemab, which binds with soluble amyloid beta protofibrils, was associated with clearance of amyloid in patients with early Alzheimer's disease. In this phase 3 multicenter double-blind randomized placebo-controlled trial, 1,795 adults 50 to 90 years of age with early Alzheimer's disease were assigned to receive intravenous lecanemab at a dose of 10 milligrams per kilogram every 2 weeks, or placebo. The primary efficacy endpoint was the change from baseline in the score on the clinical dementia rating sum of boxes, a validated measure of cognition and function in Alzheimer's disease, assessing 6 domains that patients and caregivers identify as important. At 18 months, mean scores on this measure were higher than baseline, indicating increased impairment in both groups. The mean change in the score was smaller in the lecanemab group, indicating less cognitive and functional decline. Secondary endpoints, including scores on other Alzheimer's disease rating scales, also suggested less disease progression in the lecanemab group. The most common adverse events in the lecanemab group included infusion-related reactions and amyloid-related imaging abnormalities. The authors conclude that in adults with early Alzheimer's disease, lecanemab was associated with less disease progression than placebo over 18 months. Full trial results are available at nejm.org.